What's up? What's up? We back again. You know who it is. I got my man Big Mitchy Slick back in the building. Hey, look who it is, and Coach Dunn. We got some real true legends in the building. What's going on, baby? Mitchy Slick is back.
Yeah, that.
Hey.
What's up, Hendo?
Hey, man, this song is slapping, my guy. My favorite song, baby. And my echo.
Flick, most interesting banger.
Get him, Mitch.
Jewels, chunky, glizzy, chunky.
Get him, Mitch.
Me, they wanna trade. Only for the bands I hump. Trying to get me going. For me, equivalent to 10 rupees.
You know what, Mitch? That's enough. Because they had to listen to the album anyways, my man.
In a city where the friction so gritty, you live risky. Instagram jump offs not allowed. It's too. Yeah.
Hey. Let me tell you, man. They gotta listen to the album anyways. It don't even matter, my guy. What's up with you, man? How's everything? We got some. Once again, I use this word kind of loosely sometimes, but I really mean this from the bottom of my heart, man. We got some real important people in the building today. Legends. When I say legends because their credentials, what they did for the culture, what they're doing for San Diego, everything. You know what I mean? When you look up these two gentlemen's credentials, legends all freaking day. Bleed legends. From my left right here, I got Coach Dunn. He's the head coach for the football team at Lincoln. Even though they beat my Kearney Commons, and I'm a Highlander. I'm a Highlander as well. I mean, Helix Highlander. They ran us over. You know what I'm saying? Even when I was playing football. You know what I mean? So, but we ain't gonna hold that against you. You know, today. And we got my other guy over here, Mitchy Slick. You should know who he is. If you don't know who he is, turn this thing off and go do your due diligence. But yeah, man. Before we get into everything, man, you just dropped the album. You know what I'm saying? Everybody hates Mitch. Slapping, like I said, I listened to everything. I'm gonna tell you what I did, Mitch.
What's up,
bro? I jumped in the BMW, man, my ride and shit like that. I'm cruising through San Diego, man, and I had to listen to everything, bro. I said Mitch had to get some off his chest on this album, baby.
You know what? I just really now I gotta have a reason for talking now, bro. If it's just to make some noise come out the speakers, that don't enthuse me no more, bro.
Yeah,
there gotta be a message behind everything now. So like, that's what I'm doing now. If you listen to some Mitchy Slick music, homie, you gonna feel like you've been in gangster class, man. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, bro, I put up my notepad and my notepad and my little. Just took notes. I started taking notes, man. I was like, damn, let me get up on game.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, once again, I'm proud of you, man. Everything,
you,
the whole thing was slapping. Even the interludes, everything, all of it. Even from the front to back.
Thank you, homie.
How do you feel about the album, though?
It's great, homie, because I'm receiving. It's like my fans woke up for this album. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And really, what it is, it's just like I've been making music of this caliber. You know what I'm saying? But I just haven't been releasing it.
Right.
I did a partnership with a label finally. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big label. It's the San Diego label, and we build it up together. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the fam over there, Fresh Art.
There you go.
Fresh Art Records.
Mm-hmm.
Homie Qua. You know what I'm saying? I found that this time I was gonna be able to actually touch some more ears because I had a little help. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah.
As far as with the behind the scenes stuff and all the marketing and all that stuff, I had help. So I figured it's time to finally release all the music I've been putting together over the last 4 or 5 years. You know what I mean?
Finally, bro. I was a content hoarder, bro. Content hoarder.
That's what you said last time.
You know what I'm saying? Finally.
I told you I'm finna start smacking them, homie. I told you.
He did, though. Hey, you know what? I was looking at Instagram, man, like the whole graphics and everything, the videos, the clips, everything, the
what
reels.
I mean by the help, homie.
Yeah.
I've been doing it by myself this whole time, homie. You know what I mean?
I said, Mitch got a team back there or something, man. You know what I mean?
Man. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I'm proud of you, man. For real, for real.
Bro, thank you.
Yeah. Like I say, man, it's an honor to have you in the studio. You know what I mean? Done a lot for the community. The Lincoln football team, Coach Dunn in the freaking building. Hendo Unplugged. What's going on, Coach Dunn? Talk to me about yourself, man. I heard you got some high credentials back in the day too. You used to play football too as well.
Oh yeah, I did a little bit, man.
Okay. Talk to me about yourself, man. So people who don't know who you are, who the community, football community know who you are, but my audience probably don't know who you are. So kind of talk about yourself a little bit. What you play, you know what I mean? What position you play? Where do you play it at? You know what I mean? How'd you get into football?
Oh yeah, I got into football, man. Me and Mitch we played together way back.
Oh snap!
Yeah, different teams. We go way back to the Pop Warner days, Valencia Park, Pop Warner.
Okay. And so you was one of them dudes that Mitch was talking about back in on the last interview. You know what I mean? Pop Warner and everything. Growing up.
Yeah. Legendary kids, homie.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. All
his uncle coached me my first year. You know what I'm saying? Coach Paul Dunn, man, straight up.
Okay. All right. What position you play?
that's how it's all gonna fall back to circle.
Okay.
My uncle Paul Dunn used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals. So
There you go.
he used to play for the Cincinnati Bengals, and he coached down at the Pop Warner level when he came home and all that. So yeah, I got into football doing that, playing receiver and stuff down at Valencia Park.
Okay.
Went over to Morris High School, the rival from Lincoln, and I played my ball there.
Okay.
Then I went on to Fresno State University, where I balled out at. I played receiver, kick return there, was an All-American kick returner. Then got drafted by the Cincinnati Bengals, same team that had my Uncle Paul.
Damn. Oh, you see, you one of them flashy brothers, like the Deion Sanders type of brothers.
Hey, I just went in and got it done, man. So I played 3 years at Cincinnati, a year for the Pittsburgh Steelers,
Nice.
a year for the Cleveland Browns, and 2 years with the Oakland Raiders.
There you go, man. That's, like I tried to tell y'all, we got some credentials up here. You know what I'm saying? So what made you start coaching the Lincoln football team?
Oh, just after playing pro, trying to figure out your life, see what direction you're going in, and just get out there. My son was playing. I got out there and got involved with it, and just that passion, man, that spark of being able to teach these kids the proper way, and all the kids have aspirations of playing professional ball someday. So just giving it to them the right way, and incorporating education along with the sport of football, teaching it to them properly, and just kind of changing the whole game on it, man, for our community, which was just like, was football or nothing. But now it's a little bit different. It's football, and the team is maintaining like a 3.3 overall GPA.
Damn.
So we getting into college like crazy at the same time. So
Right. So what are some things that you, some problems that you had when you first came on to coach the team? Like what are some problems that you had?
You come into the inner city, there's always high expectations. We always grind, and we always, we're gonna always compete. That's always gonna happen. But you don't have a lot of support. You have the local support verbally, but you don't have a lot of financial support and things like that goes towards keeping your program as a top tier program. And you got to find that out from the ground up. So that starts out with a lot of trust. Nobody don't really trust each other, and that's a huge problem we have in the community, especially when it comes to, just donating or having booster clubs and just like stuff like that. For Lincoln to be ranked, top 10 in the nation as far as producing NFL talent, we don't have a booster club.
Wow.
And that comes from the community.
So what's a booster club so people can understand what that is?
Booster club is a group that gets together to help fundraise, and have funds available for the athletic program. And every program has a booster club.
That's what I wanted you to mention.
Yeah, every program.
And he didn't mean kind of every. He meant every other school that we play against has a booster program.
Every school. So only school don't have a booster program is Lincoln High School.
Yeah, Lincoln.
Holy
and Morris,
smokes!
Schools in the neighborhoods. We was Lincoln and Morris don't have one. So
is it the parents and the parents or the people who supporting the football team is not organizes these clubs, or?
Well, a lot of time they just don't have the information. They feel that the school districts take care of everything, and they don't.
Yeah.
At the private schools, they have they take care of some things, but they also have private donors that come in and make sure that the kids have the proper nutrition. They have they have all the proper equipment. They have the top of the line stuff and goes like that. So they're able to. They have everything. All of the sideline equipment, video equipment, everything to make their program a top tier program. Now, when I go in and if my headsets is barely working and I'm getting interference from cell phones and all this other stuff, but they have top quality, and we're having interruptions, we're already at a disadvantage. Right. So when they can watch sideline huddle film and have the whole setup of the video on the sideline at real game time to make adjustments, and I got to rely on a coach's eye. Damn. It don't work in this day and age. So, my biggest thing is like for a program like ours who've been putting kids into college at an alarming rate since we've been in the system, and over the past 5 years putting like 66 Division I college players in prestigious schools and programs. It's just really hard for us to try to compete consistently without having all the same things that everybody else have. Because
you guys are already at a disadvantage. Yeah, so from up top.
When you when you find out, hey, Lincoln High School went to the state championship this year, but Lincoln High School had to borrow headsets from the private school to use so that we wouldn't have interference, or our stuff would properly work to be able to compete. And I give a shout out and I give thanks to Christian High School for allowing us to
That's crazy.
Salute to Christian, yeah, that.
So the city don't have any type of responsibility or anything for helping you guys out or any,
the school
no
district,
fundings from the city.
The school district does. They keep the program running, and so that's all they have to do is just their bare minimum. And on a budget of $10,000 a year to run a program, that's unheard of. When you have a top tier program and you travel, and teams locally really don't want to play you too much, so you have to go out and find games and you have to travel. You don't have a lot of backing. You don't have a lot of backing for that. And so I'm like I said, we're from the community, man, and we're big time with community and asking our community to step up and help. And that's one of our main things is that we can shoot it out to everybody, but also we got to teach these kids the responsibility about we're going to fundraise and work ourselves, but then also we can support ourselves if everybody pull together and put something towards it.
Absolutely.
Then we can support ourselves.
Absolutely. So, question for you right now: you guys have been successful. You have some winning records for the last 5 years or 6 years. You guys are cleaning up. So, what's contributing to your success right now?
It's the way we approach the program. So, the way we deal with the kids is it's a little bit different. We take it real personal. Me and my coach Jason Carter, assistant head coach, does a great job. Coach Gerard Stutz's been with us for years. They're the oldest one on the staff, but it's what we do as a combined group,
right,
that makes this thing work. We work the football aspect. We also work the academic aspect. We make sure our guys are sitting in the first 3 rows, and all the colleges always used to come through Lincoln because they say it's pure talent.
Right.
You want to find pure talent, you come to Lincoln High School.
100%.
But
100%.
How is it going to be academically? So I approached that. That was one of my biggest things from the start, was we were going to maintain the grades and teach our kids how to be student athletes. So when these colleges come through, they're going to leave with transcripts in hand saying, hey, this kid's been handling this business in the classroom. So I went from having to chase kids around to find what their grades were to now the kids is trying to find me when their grades come out saying, hey, Coach Dunn, did you see my GPA?
Nice.
And we have colleges come in. You have, SC, UCLA, Fresno State, San Diego State. You have all these schools come in, and you have a group of kids that's able to come in, and I can ask them right off the top who had the highest GPA this quarter. And when you hear kids saying, Coach, I got a 4.2, I got a 4.1, I got a 3.8, I got a 3.7, they didn't used to hear that at Lincoln.
Nah.
And that's what they're hearing now. So now you're getting student athletes that are doing an excellent job. This year we had 2 kids, do something that's amazing. So we have our first kid get a full ride to Yale University.
Damn.
And on top of that, we have an offensive lineman.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So he's going to Yale. That's huge. That's way big, Ivy League. And then our offensive guard is also attending Brown University on the full academic scholarship.
Whatever you guys doing it. So, Mitch, when did you enter to the program, and what do you contribute to the program? Would you say right now?
Well, actually, I do a lot of stuff around the community as far as giving back, but we all football crazy out here.
Right.
It's a couple factors that maybe people don't understand what football means to Southeast San Diego. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's the reason why I say, why I'm saying we should reach out. So what it was is I'm doing my giving back and supporting the community. This is my homie from back when I was a kid. You know what I'm saying? We all come up to the school. The whole community comes up to Lincoln because that's the heart of Southeast. However y'all want to feel about it,
right.
That's the heart of the black community. Lincoln High School, as far as the positive part of Southeast San Diego.
Yeah.
When I came back to Lincoln one day, I was sitting up talking to Coach, and at the time we barely had enough players for a team that year. I think it was, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
I think it was, what was that, 17?
Yeah, 17.
We barely had enough players for the team, and I was like, man, what's going on? And then Coach explained what was going on to me. I'm gonna let him explain that more in detail. And then he told me that the whole team had a 3.5.
Yeah.
And I figured, man, what can I do to add on to this right here? Because there's no reason why we should be in this position for the reason that we're in the position when that reason ain't even true.
Right.
You know,
Right.
they think that the people in the community was feeling like they couldn't send their kids to Lincoln and get out of there. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so the thing was once Coach, we had this interview, and once Coach told me what was going on, I figured, man, what can I do? And like, they listen to the music.
Yeah.
And they follow Mitch like online and all that. So what I contribute to the school is I just awareness
Right.
of what's going on.
100%.
The homies do the work, and I make the whole city aware of the work that they doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And that's shit in a nutshell.
You know, and one thing I do, you know, before this interview, I try to do my due diligence, you know, and I try to, you know, so I can know what I'm talking about. And I noticed, like, within like how long you been with the school now?
I mean, hands on every year on the sidelines.
Yeah.
Maybe since like 18.
Yeah, because I've been looking and I do see the numbers were increasing. You know what I mean? Because I've been looking back at, you know, videos and stuff like that, and I see you on the sidelines and influencing the kids. So you think your you know, superstardom kind of like influenced them to do better? Because the numbers are increasing since you've been there.
I told you, I just made aware what they was already doing.
Mm-hmm.
They was already doing what got everybody coming.
Yeah.
But a lot of people didn't see, and a lot of them parents like listen to my music or fans of Mitch music.
Right.
So we was able to show the whole Southeast that all the kids got 3.5 GPAs. Well, there goes a whole giant reason for them already not coming to come now.
Right.
Coach got all the stories about all that, bro.
Yeah, because you guys were. It seems like you guys had a losing record. What was that? What's that? 15 or something like that. 2015.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it just drastically changed.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So is that's when you came to as well?
we've been there. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah.
Coach been there.
Yeah.
But what it was now, once they saw that you can come to school and get your education and get up out of there, and all the D1 athletes, you know what I'm saying, that we had sent out there previously, once we showed them that, that just only thing happened was the kids start staying at home now and going to school instead of having to leave. The coach got stories of kids living across the street that was playing for other schools all the way across town after he done coached them and taught them how to play football. 7 years old all the way up, and then the parents to send them out to other schools because they figured they couldn't get the education in Lincoln.
At Lincoln. Is that when Lincoln was closed down and they redid the school and opened back up again?
We was recovering all them years after that, and coaching them got some CIFs during that time of recovery.
Man, you doing your thing, man. Look at you, man.
But he winning in Division 1 now, though, bro. That's what I'm saying. We ain't winning it. We winning the top. We number 3 in California, bro.
Right.
Behind number 1 and 3 in the nation.
Well, Lincoln always been one of those prominent schools. When you come to San Diego, you know Lincoln for football. You know what I mean? Especially in the high school. This guy's high school level for sure. You know, so you were saying like a lot of the kids were going to different schools because the education aspect of it. So can you tell us some stories or fill in more back in?
Well, yes, it's a couple of reasons. You know, it's the old stigma. You know, so then we should look at Lincoln High School. People was looking at, you know, the community, and so heavily gang involvement, and then it was a heavily, you know, they felt they couldn't get the proper education at the high school. You know, it used to be called Lincoln Preparatory High School, which was a college prep.
Wow.
And people didn't know that either. You know, so when they tore the school down and rebuilt it back in 2007, when it was in the school reopened, I've been there since it reopened in 2007. I'm going on year 16.
Jesus.
Yeah, this is 12 as a head coach, but this is year 16 of being at the high school. And so I seen it when it reopened, and you had a whole flux of school. Everybody wanted to come back and be a part of it.
Right, brand new school.
Right, but then it wasn't all the right people either. You know, because we had kids that was in trouble at other schools, and then they wanted to send everybody back at the same time. And instead of the school starting off with maybe half, you know, the school's equipped for 2,800. So we should have started out probably with like 12 to 1,400.
Right.
We went right in with 28 right off the top, and it was okay, but it was a little bit too much. And as it went down, you know, the numbers dropped down. Right now, we averaging 1,400 students. We have over 2,200 high school eligible kids that live in our area that do not attend Lincoln High School.
They don't. So all the kids are going to other schools.
They're busing out to other schools the whole nine. So our thing was, hey, you know what? Let's jump on this education part first. Because we know the talent is here. I don't care if we got 17 or we got 37. We got talent.
Yeah.
And we're going to compete. That's what's going to happen. Now, we have to have the mindset that we also going to compete in the classroom the same way we're willing to compete on the field.
Yes, sir.
So once that got across to the kids, like I said, I used to have to chase them down. We started a study group, and then we a tutoring club, and then I partnered with the teachers, and say, hey, they stay after school and they would give extra help. And so I moved practice back. I made every accommodation possible for the education to be successful. And then the football part, we can take care of that itself because we're always willing to compete. So the kids started to believe in themselves, kids that was coming in that were, barely a 2.0 kid. Or, you know what, I may be ineligible right now and I got to work towards eligibility. 2.5 is the best I ever got. Once they started to see, hey, I can get a 3.0. You know what, I can get a 3.5. Hey, coach, I hit a 4.0. And then when they hit that 4.0, they don't want to go back down. Something changes in them.
Right.
And they realize that they can accomplish that. So now when all these colleges started to come through, and I keep transcripts on my desk. I told them I'm not going to hide it. This is who you are, and I want them to see who you are when you come in here. So we got to make sure this always stays great. Goal is everyone on the team is to get accepted into 5 colleges, whether it's football or not. So we've mixed the student athlete together within the inner city and made it huge. And so the kids started buying into it, and everyone's looking around like, what's going on at Lincoln? What's going on at Lincoln? Well, you know what? We're handling business on and off the field, and in the classroom.
Yeah.
And so that was one of the main things, man, is that that part of it came in, and then I picked up a coach here, got Coach Carter in with me, and he also has an NFL background, and we just kind of sat down and talked about where we want to go with this.
Yeah.
And I said, look, man, we handle academics, we handle athletics, and sky's the limit. And so what we're doing is we're guys in the community that are working together. Everyone's trying to pull us apart.
Right.
But we continue to work together. And like I said, 66 kids into Division I colleges in the past 4.5 seasons, including the COVID season. That's
impressive.
That's unheard of. No other public schools match that.
Hendo, listen. With what he's accomplishing and what he's doing in Southeast and what he's doing with the kids in Southeast, I don't know of nowhere else, no other hub where he's creating and turning young dudes into men, productive men, more than this program right here in the whole Southeast San Diego.
That's crazy.
So with that being said, how could people not care about that? How could people not support that? How could people not add on to that? You know what I mean? Like, if you care about the city at all, it don't make no sense at all for you not to care about that and do something about that to help that. Especially when the help ain't nothing but $100 a year or $1,000, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? There's no way that you can say you about San Diego and you don't care about what this dude is doing for everybody in the Southeast kids.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
So, I mean, I like to give you some pushback, man.
Okay.
But no pushback, but I just want to have some dialogue. So right now, things are tight, inflation. Lincoln is in a poverty-stricken area. Do you think these people will have the money to really contribute to the program?
$10, yeah.
Yeah.
$25, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's for your kids.
Yeah.
It's not for us.
Yeah.
It's not for us.
Let me give it to them like this, man. It's like this. So we coach because we got a passion for it.
Right.
And that's the whole nutshell. So we have a passion for it, and then we also see a purpose. Now, I'm not an educator. I don't teach classes or anything like that. I had an NFL career which ended in the year 2000. I've struggled. I've been through ups and downs. I've lost things. I've lost my home before. I lost everything that I've had. And starting back coaching is what gave me that got me back on the right track. So like when I say that I've been there 16 years, I'm gonna tell you right now, brother, as a head coach for the past 12 years, $5,700 a year to coach high school football.
That's crazy. Yeah. So
that
you do a lot of love then.
So that means, and my assistants get way less than that. Some are barely getting $1,000, and half of them are volunteering. So when I say we pick up kids and we're doing stuff at 6 o'clock in the morning before school, we're also picking up stuff through our nonprofit, which is This Is Mine, the Day-to-Day Foundation, picking up, bringing food in to make sure the nutrition is right. When we had realized that, we got concussion things going on. Is it really a concussion, or is it because the kid didn't eat all day because he don't eat like breakfast, and then they don't like the school lunch or didn't really eat the school lunch, and you come into practice and all you had was 2 water bottles.
God, bro.
And then you wonder why something's going on out there. So when I say a group of men that come together with the purpose and the passion to do something and make a change, that's what we do.
Right.
And I'm not asking, when it comes about fundraising things like that, I'm not asking for money for myself.
Mm.
You know what I mean? I'm asking for money for the program to make sure we can sustain and continue what we're doing even on a greater level.
Mm.
So like, today we have a long practice and stuff. Call some of my kids together and say, hey man, we gotta do our reading program this morning. So we go down to the Malcolm X library and we read to the local kids in the library because we have a problem with reading and comprehension in the community.
Mm.
And since my kids are doing so well and they are now role models in the community, as a role model, it's your job to give back.
Mm.
And so it's no matter what it is, whether it's time, money, whatever the case may be, you give back. And that's the same thing with me. Yes, I came from the pros. I don't really talk about my status from that. And I talk about what we can do now.
100%.
That doesn't define the person of who I am. What I want to do is when I first interviewed for this job, I said, I'm going to come here and create champions. Okay, champions in the heart and in the mind.
Let's go.
And if we do that, then the championships will follow. And so if you believe that you can be a top student, I struggled through school.
Yeah.
I struggled, bro. I'm telling you, I had the opportunity to go to the University of Miami coming out of high school. I only played 1 year of high school ball. I was ineligible the whole time until my senior year. And I balled out, put up amazing numbers, and had the opportunity to go to the University of Miami, but I didn't have no grades.
Damn.
And so what I said was, I'm not going to allow the kids to go through the same thing I went through by not having grades. So I don't really talk football.
Right. Talking life.
I talk life, and I'm on them academics.
Let's go.
And they know when they come in. I can tell you right now, I know every last one of my kids' GPAs off the top of my head.
And he's sending them to Miami now, straight up. So he ain't just talking. We sending boys to Miami now. You feel me though?
Crazy,
he ain't just talking.
That's crazy.
He made sure that didn't happen no more. If you want to go to Miami and you went to Lincoln, he gonna make sure you can go to Miami.
So I don't understand, if you're giving so much back to the community, I don't understand how people don't support that, man. Well, that don't make no sense to me. Like, you know what I mean? That's
what gets kind of frustrating. You see, I'm with my pen and my pad.
Right.
So I'm constantly just writing stuff down, man, because I've been through concussion protocol and different stuff like that from when I was playing, but I got to constantly write things down. I write down the kids' numbers so I can remember them. I write down their names with their numbers. I follow up on their GPAs. Therefore, I know everyone's GPA. When the grades come out, I can tell you right now, number 0 on the team, he has a 3.1 GPA. Number 1 on the team has a 3.75 GPA. Number 2, my linebacker, LJ has a 3.9 GPA.
What's up, nephew?
Number 4 has a 3.3 GPA. So I can go on down the line, and the amazing part is, like, when I look at my D line and my O line, I'm just really proud of some of these cats, because cat like Eugene Rice, who comes from, single family and a lot of stuff going on in his life. Right. But you have a young man, he maintains a 4.33 GPA. Aiden Jackson maintains a 4.28 GPA. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I keep going down the line, and I look up, and I'm able to talk to the kids and say, hey, you 4 juniors, do you realize you guys are in the top 5% of your class academically?
That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. You're more than a coach, you're like a father figure as well.
What?
Well, we have to, man. I mean, it takes a community, it takes a village, and it's not just me. I'll tell you right now, it's not just me. That's why my whole coaching staff is this way. Yeah. I told my coaching staff, if you're going to coach here, I need a minimum of a 3-year commitment, minimum. I said, because a lot of the kids come from single family homes, and I don't want them they have men running in and out of their lives. Right. So I want this to be a place of consistency. Stability.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So we're going to be here. I want them to be here. Know that they can trust coach. They can count on coach. They know they're going to see that coach there. And so what I asked of them is that our program, everybody sees the wins and the championships, and Mitch coming back and being on the sideline and stuff is huge, because they see us all collaborating, but also working together and doing something positive.
100%.
Something Mitch said earlier about his music, the message. He sees messages. all these messages mean something.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? So in every aspect of life, there's a message there, and you get that message out, and it just takes it to a different level. So
100%.
what we're doing with these kids here is huge for the community, and a lot of people really don't want to see it happen.
Nah. Especially because it's Lincoln, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
The sad part is,
Yeah.
like I said, like Mitch was saying, we have so many kids that still, and parents who say, you know what, I'm not sending my kid to Lincoln High School because back in the days, Lincoln was this, Lincoln was that. And I'll tell you this, my daughter, she went there, spent her first year at Patrick Henry. And I told her, I said to her, she wasn't she wanted to do volleyball. She wasn't on there. She's a 3.8 student over there. She wanted to do, be in ASB and the journalism club and stuff like that. And she didn't really get a chance to do it as a freshman. I told her, hey, come over here. We have all those things over here.
at Lincoln.
Yeah, so me and her mom was not together. And so we talked about it, and she was like, well, I don't know. You know, I said, I'm here. Trust me, send her here. There's a lot of stuff here that you don't know about. Man, my daughter came in here. She ran track. She was part of the ASB. She was in the journalism. She did the mock trial. She maintained a 4.1 GPA. She got the Gates Millennium Scholarship, to where she got a Chancellor Scholarship first, the UCSD academically, full ride, because she went to an inner city school, and did well. Then she picked up the Bill Gates Scholarship, and she told me, Dad, I want to go to Santa Barbara. I said, well, you got UCSD fully paid for. She said, Dad, I want to go to Santa Barbara. So, of course, I'm going to drive her up to Santa Barbara, and we're going to check it out. We're going to make it work for her to go to Santa Barbara. Man, because she was at Lincoln and in that program and picked up that Gates Scholarship, once financial aid was done, Bill Gates then picked up the whole bill. She went to study at 3 years at UC Santa Barbara.
That's crazy.
Spent half a year in Brazil abroad.
Stop it, bro.
Came back and got her degree from UC Santa Barbara, and then also got her master's from USD, and everything was paid for coming through Lincoln High School because of the programs that we do have on campus that our own people don't even look into.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off. Can you because a lot of people are lazy these days too as well. So can you like talk about some of the programs that you guys offer? Because we also need to communicate and get the message out there. You know, since we're on this platform now, you know what I mean. So we can so the parents can understand what you guys have, what you guys to offer at Lincoln.
Oh yeah, we have our Fire Pro program where the kids can be trained to be EMTs and firefighters.
Oh damn.
We also have a program, like I said, I love our mock trial program. I'm a part of that. My foundation helps sponsors our mock trial program, where we go out and compete against other schools. We actually have a courtroom on campus where we're one of the only schools to have that, where we can actually try cases and have the kids work as plaintiffs and defendants and jurors and the whole nine, and learn the whole judicial system. These are big programs that we have on campus. We have an engineering program as well.
Nice.
And so there's so many things available. I think the problem that the parents are making, they're expecting someone else to look out for their kids. They say, we can't have them here in the community. And they don't know that if you come in and you maintain the proper GPA, you're going to get into school. And so, I'm like, there's the colleges even are looking into some of they have to look to the inner city schools, and they have to help out. Right. And so when you're in there and you're doing great things, I mean, we have kids going off everywhere that are super successful, and people are missing out on it. And then there's scholarships that comes along with that. You know, from the other different avenues. So it's like huge. I mean, if I tell them this. As a parent, do your due diligence and come in and ask the right questions. What programs do you have that my child can excel in? Right. And you'll find out a lot. So we give away every year Lincoln and Moores, and I believe San Diego High. You know, we give away 25 to 30 Chancellor scholarships to UCSD. That's everything paid for.
God, bro, that's crazy.
And you know, and we don't. And people just don't know that.
Free ride to college. Yeah,
and so my approach is, I told my kids this. I said, hey, I was looking up some stuff a few years back, and I said, in the Southeast community, we have 7 to 8% of our community has bachelor degrees. That's low. That's extremely low. Okay. You know, so you have 4% that have a master's degree. Okay. And that's extremely low. Right. So I told them, we got to help change that, man. You know, what I'm expecting from the kids right now, we're going to get our bachelor's degree in 3.5 years.
Damn.
That's what we're going to get.
Let's go.
And then we pushing for that master's by the 5th year so we can be out of there. If you're on scholarship, you get that bachelor's in 3.5 years. You get that master's with an extra 1.5 years, and everything is paid for.
Yeah.
You know, we have college courses on campus. We can graduate early. So my kids are leaving and graduating early, coming into college with already 15 college credits already completed.
Bro, that's crazy what you're doing for these kids, man.
So these are the things that they don't know and people don't know. It's so much bigger than just the sport of football. And I'm blessed that I do have the coaching staff that I have. I can step away and Coach Carter can run things. You know, and I can step away and handle the academic part of it and find out more stuff that we can do to help our kids be successful, period.
Right.
And let me mind you, $5,700. You know, so
that's disrespectful, bro.
So I feel a little bit kind of a way when we do ask for help because we're grassroots programs. We go out and just get it done ourselves. I mean, man, we have fundraisers, we barbecue, we're washing cars, we're teaching the kids life lessons on how we have to sometimes get it ourselves, and we're willing to do that.
Right.
You know, play in the league, NFL or not. So what? I'll get up. We get out on that grill. We get up 4 o'clock in the morning. We gonna make it work. You know, and we're going to try to show kids that we can help sustain ourselves.
Absolutely.
But we need help.
Lead by example.
We need help. So when like Slick was saying, if you donate $10, $20, $30 a year or a month, I mean, if you can donate, I asked the alumni, it was a page with like 4,000 alumni on there. I said, man, if everybody gave $100, it's $100 a year. If everybody gave them $100, I mean, we could sustain all of our programs here.
That's nothing, too.
You know what I mean? And that's a night of dinner.
Hey, Coach, tell them like what a season actually costs us that we got to come up with our own. Tell them. So check it out. What it is, bro, is the caliber of teams that we're beating now has put us to where now we're playing traveling schedules now. Like we going up against cats from. We're not just representing for our part of San Diego. No, now we representing for San Diego, for California. Our first game is in Hawaii against a Hawaii team.
What?
You know what I'm saying? We going out of town representing San Diego, homie, on just out of our pocket, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, bro. We're playing traveling schedules now.
Holy smokes.
You know what I mean? Like we in the top, we in the 50s, like we top 56, 58 or something in the nation.
Damn.
You know what I mean?
So question, like, so what's going to happen when you guys start traveling to Hawaii? Who's going to consume that expense then?
I mean, like I said, I've been asking for months, man, and it would have been a lot easier if we, you know, like I said, put the things out to the alumni and said, hey, can everybody put in $100 between January and March, you know, around tax time.
Yeah.
You know, you work it out. You put in 50, 25 a month, whatever the case may be. Every little bit helps.
Right.
But, you know, lack of participation there, and it's the whole community. It's not just the alumni.
It's not just alumni.
And they don't know. Like I said, I have to tell, they don't know.
Right.
They think that the school takes care of everything, and they don't. Or they'll say, you know, they'll reach, hey, reach out to Marcus Allen and Terrell Davis. Yes, they did go there.
Right.
I mean, Marcus Allen played a long time ago.
He did.
You know, me and Terrell came out the same year. Me and Terrell ain't played ball in 22 years.
Yeah.
You know, 23 years. So, so it's like, it's not fair. If I do reach out to them, I ask them the same thing. Hey, put what you can in to help, but you're always supposed to give back.
100%.
So just think about it. If everybody does it, which never happens, that's $400,000.
Yeah, easy.
If 1/4 of it happens, that's $100,000. I looked around at all the other booster clubs and like, hey, these booster clubs is raising $150,000 to $200,000 a year for their programs. So they're able to go to the coaches' clinics and coaches' events and say, hey, we want to order this new equipment, and we can get the top 9 headsets for the kids, and you know, we can get the extra halos, safety equipment that the kids need, and we can travel and be in uniform. I mean, shout out to Mitch.
Right.
I mean, we got to the playoffs last year. Mitch came and dropped us all off jogging suits. That was the first time. That was the first time my coaches had something uniformed in 3 years.
Good shit, man.
You know, and he took care of us. Every week he came with the jogging suits, the whole coaching staff.
Damn.
You know, he did that, and that's what I'm saying. That's a real brother. That's a real brother that's giving back to the community. And I mean to put you on blast or nothing like that, bro, because I know he tried to be low key with.
He always low key, man. I don't like that about him, though, man.
But hey, man, we real
too low key, man.
We stay humble. That's the whole thing.
But y'all gotta understand. Remember though, the money is for the kids that are going to be the future of Southeast that are going to give back.
Yeah.
And why? Because we putting them in the pros. We number 10 most players in the NFL, Lincoln High School. So that means you're putting money into a productive program that's building big dogs that'll come back.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
100%. Give me some success stories that you guys, some kids that went to the pros or something like that you guys are proud of, you know what I mean, so they can understand, you know, the magnitude of what you guys are doing as coaches, you know what I mean?
We have some great stories just of kids that's been doing extremely well. You know, Ronald Yale was a kid who came through, was always solid with his grades. He got a shot to play for the Cardinals for a little bit.
Yeah.
Maurice Cornell's another kid that came through and did really well. You know, he's playing over in Canada right now. It's been
Nice.
and he's killing over there. I think on his third championship over there. He's killing it. You know, Tyree Robinson, who was one of the twins. They was, you know, their names was huge. They had over 50 offers, 25 dual, you know, basketball and football. But he went on and played at Oregon and you know, got his degree from there and played a little bit for the Cowboys and also played for the 49ers. And then also he's just playing Alabama right now. 2 years in a row they won the championship, you know,
Yeah.
in the World League over there. So
And he's still on the field, and any chance he get on any Friday he can be there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's crazy.
And they all show up. So I have a policy here. Like I welcome all the alumni. I want them to be involved. I tell Mitch and them, I want you guys to be involved. Where you playing ball on a professional level or whatever level, you in college, you come back, I welcome you on the sideline. You're doing something positive. I want the kids to see you come around and be around and give back.
Right.
Show them
Pop Warner night. Pop Warner night.
Pop Warner night's crazy. You know, it's crazy. We get them all the way hyped up, get them involved, run out the tunnel with us, get involved.
The kids. We let the kids come out.
But
Yeah.
the thing
On Friday
is,
nights at the game.
But the thing is, that's where it started at. I started coaching Pop Warner first. And what really sparked me was I noticed how the coaching wasn't really going right. You know, we draw a lot of plays and nobody never drew lineman assignments, blocking schemes or anything. It wasn't full football. It was just backyard football. And so I said, let me switch that. And then me and my lady was we had the team, the 13-year-olds, and I told her to we always got to follow up with their grades. I said, hey, how many of these kids would be eligible to play in high school? Can you give me that percentage? And she went through all of it, and she was like 20%. I said, that's a problem. That's a huge problem.
100%.
So we started even before high school addressing this situation. I said, you know what? This is what we're gonna do. Talent we got talent in the community.
100%.
And so everybody wants to take it away from us. Everybody wants to offer the kids, hey, come play for us. We'll pay for you. We'll do this. We'll do this. And a lot of people jump on it. So what I did, man, is I said, hey, what we're going to do is we're going to take away our Friday practice. Give the parents back their Friday nights. Coaches, you guys go back to the high school games and stuff like that. We're going to take away Friday practice, and we're going to add 2 days of mandatory study hall. Not film sessions, not chalkboard sessions, but we're going to do study hall. I asked every parent to add me and a couple of my coaches, sign us in at the school to make sure that we can visit the school. Not only you, but we can visit the school. So a couple like Tyree Robinson I was talking about.
Right.
He struggled.
Right.
He struggled, and I showed up. I showed up at his middle school. He had a 0.66 GPA. One of the top basketball players in the state.
0.6.
And they just, him and his twin brother, they wasn't doing no work.
Right.
And everybody know the story. And so what I did was I showed up at the school, talked to the counselor for about an hour. He was like, wait a minute, the counselor was Donnie Edwards' brother. Donnie Edwards, you know what I'm saying? We should just ball out. So we ended up.
I played with Donnie Edwards. You don't remember that? I was on that Chula Vista squad.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So we ended up talking. And he was like, man,
they didn't show me no love at Chula Vista. I was a straight outsider. Donnie and them, they was not messing with me. They're like, he used to play for VP, homie.
Oh yeah. But yeah, his brother was like, I never really had a youth coach come down here. And check up on the kids like that. I said, yeah, man, so we're going to find out what's going on. I found out what was going on in all their classes. And I told them, can you call them to the office for me? Because I want to see their face when they walk in the door and see me here. And so I set them out based on their performance in school. I set them out to play the playoffs, the whole line. They didn't play.
Damn.
And they stood on the sideline with me. And I said, when somebody asks why you're not playing, you're going to tell them why you're not playing. And
Accountability.
and they hated it.
Yeah.
And I said, now we're going to let this be the last time that we ever got to go through this.
Yeah.
And I tell you, man, Tyree and Tyrell turned it around. And I mean, Tyree graduated high school with a 3.6, man.
Let's
GPA.
go, man.
And they just figured it out, man.
You a blessing, man.
It's just, man, it's like I said, it's a purpose and a passion.
That's what I'm
and
talking
it's
about.
not just me, it's my staff. My staff has that same purpose and passion. And that's working together. We have a whole different vision of what we want to see for these kids. So it's been a struggle, man. We're trying to raise money for Hawaii and you know, kids doing fundraising and some, you know, we got a lot of kids who some got to leave early because they working themselves.
Right.
You know, they trying to help support home.
That's what I was thinking, man. Like a lot of some of these kids, the parents probably don't got that, you know, like that.
They don't,
that
man.
bread, you know what I mean?
So
But
like I said, I'm not a.
But it's not like how you said. It's not really the parents too. It's also the community, the businesses, the outside outreach of the area. It's not just the parents. You know what I mean? So
And that's what we're asking for help for because, like I said, I've been on the news. I don't have no problem with asking for help. And I tell the kids, you can't sit back and just be silent. We need help. We're trying to accomplish something. When I was in high school, we took a trip to Hawaii.
right.
Me and my buddies talk about that every time we get together. My old teammates, we can still remember to this day, man, we had a ball when we went to Hawaii. You know, it's a life experience.
Yeah, it is.
You know, so we're trying to give them something to look forward to, something to be proud about, something that could be a lifetime memory for them. And
100%.
so some of them, of course, they can't afford it, man. They can't. And we've been grinding day and night, man, trying to make it work. I'm asking everybody for any kind of donation that they possibly can because I got to feed these boys.
Yeah.
I got to feed these boys. We got to stay out there, and yes, it is expensive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
You know, we got to make it happen. So, like I said, we're putting together everything we possibly can to make this happen, and then also to add to some equipment because when you have like last year's championship run, you know, two of our top players ended up getting surgery after the season, tore their shoulders up.
Is that for the equipment they didn't have? The proper equipment?
Proper equipment, man.
Stop,
pieces was missing from their shoulder pads, and I got upset about it, man. And I'm still upset about it because pieces were missing, and they just, okay, it's missing. They just kept playing. You know, and then we noticed, okay, something going on with his shoulder here and something going on with his shoulder here, and we got to get him rehab and working, and they just want to continue fighting through and don't say nothing. And after the end of the season, we got to get 2 surgeries, and you know, I'm looking at the equipment here. I'm like, look, man, this pieces is
Bro,
missing.
not just players. Tell
That's
them who
crazy.
the players are and where they went to school, where they end up going to school, bro.
This is Josiah Cox, who ended up graduating early at Arizona State University.
Wow.
You know,
Top of the line.
You know, DJ Peavy, who's a defensive end at USC right now.
Yeah.
Who went out on scholarship this year. You know,
That's crazy.
So our running back was playing injured the whole time, and he tied the state record with 4 touchdowns in the championship game. He was playing with a hamstring injury, but then the same thing. I'm like, the piece I'm missing from yours as well, man. And I'm like,
That should be illegal, man.
I mean, it's sad, really, because I'm gonna tell you right now, when I was giving out equipment this year, I got the equipment back, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, okay, some of these are still missing pieces. So I put an order in. I put an order in 2 months ago, a month and a half ago. So I ordered some extra helmets. I said, well, I'm gonna get 30 new helmets, and I need some more shoulder pads. 30 new helmets, $16,000.
Damn.
You know, shoulder pads. Okay, they come up to $10,000. I said, now remember, we have a $10,000 budget.
What?
And $7,000 of that goes towards officials and travel fees for local games, to rent buses to go to local games.
Oh, my
$7,000
God.
eats that up. And so we raised about 12 to 15 from the snack bar. And then we got to play and go to school and do all our stuff the same. Like I said, there's no booster club. There's nobody helping with the raise. Our Lincoln, our LHAA helps out at times. Every time we need help, they come through with what they can. But we don't have a booster club directed to helping the football team. You know what I mean? And some of our other sports. So I told them, hey, if I end up fired this year, y'all know why. It's because I ordered a whole bunch of stuff that we couldn't pay for. You know, so I'm trying to get up to $150,000, $200,000 because yes, we do need these equipment. You know, we need these safety equipment. You know, one of the main things I want to touch on, man, is like a few years back, we was the only public school to do this experiment. Ronnie Lott paid for the experiment, man. It was about concussions.
Right.
I've had concussions, and I go through concussion protocol with the NFL to this day, and so we they brought these little things, man, where they kind of scanned our kids' brain. I got the whole team. Okay, we scanned their brains, looked to see our brain activity, how it is on normally function. And then if a kid was to sustain a concussion, we were able to take a look. You know, we hooked the kid back up to the machine and see the different colors and stuff in the brain.
The waves, yeah.
Yeah, the activity. And so we did that, man. And one of our kids, my star player, man, my star D tackle, I'll never forget it. Kid's a 4.0 student. He was 3.5 when I met him. He wanted to come. He never played football before. I told him, you're going to play football for me, but you got to maintain a 4.0
Maintain a 4.0?
Hey, I knew the kid could do it. And he did it. He maintained a 4.0, and he was a flat-out beast.
Damn.
Flat-out beast. He got 2 concussions, man, while he was playing football. And when we did the brain scans, you know, he was really interested in that. And so he went out there, man, very physical kid. He sustained a concussion. And we came back and we did the test on him, and it's like, okay, the activity is not the same. You know, so we'll wait. He's going to sit out for the 10 days protocol, go through there. After that, it still wasn't the same.
No way.
So we held him out just a little while longer until we seen the colors and everything kind of come back and start functioning back the way it was supposed to. So once he did that, he was back in action. We played, man. We went to state. We went all the way to the state championship. When he got ready for the All-Star game, he went to practice and he sustained another concussion. You know, so we shut him down. He went to UC. He was going to San Diego State. Academically, academic scholarship San Diego State, and then was also preferred walk-on to their football program. And we have a very good relationship with him. So he's going to walk on to the football program, and he goes through all the testing, everything. The day before they get ready to come out, coach calls me and said, "Hey, have you talked to this young man?" I said, "Nah, I haven't talked to him yet. Why? What's going on? Everything straight?" He said, "Nah, man, it ain't right." You know, he's like, they told him if he gets another concussion, he can't play football anymore.
Oh my God.
Well, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
If he gets another concussion, he not gonna do nothing no more.
Dang.
So my heart just dropped because remember, this kid came to play for me. I talked him into playing.
Right, you got him in the game.
And he maintained that 4.0, man. He did everything we asked him to do. And he just called me right after the coach called me, and he just broke down like, what am I going to do?
Damn.
You know, and these kids go through a lot of depression and mental health issues over things that you're playing and you're doing well, and you think this is a career that you're going to lead, then something happens.
Yeah. Life changing.
And me as a coach, I mean, it just crushed me, not only as a coach, but as a father, as a mentor.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you, not only did the young man's father signed off his rights when he was born, he lost his mom at the age of 4. He lost his mom. He lost his mom before then. He lost his mom, I think it was either at birth or he was barely 1 or 2.
It's all he had.
He got shot at the age of 4. Laying in his auntie's bed. She took care of him. He was laying in his bed, and then, you know, luckily he turned around. He had his feet on the headboard, and somebody did a drive-by.
Oh my God.
And the bullet went through his foot.
Damn.
Where his head was supposed to be. So this young man already had things going on in his life. That's a lot.
It's all he had.
And so it's just like when that happened, man, I just kind of was thinking, you know, I thought back when we played the championship game, the state championship game. We was up at Stanford and we did a tour of Stanford when we was up there for state. And I was just taking pictures of the kids as they were going on a tour. And they had something where they were talking about concussions and brain stuff, and he was like really engaged. I got this picture of him like really being engaged about it. Then it comes to that he can't play no more for that same reason.
Oh, that's crazy, bro.
You know, so I'm like, if Ronnie Lott, he may not even knew that he was supporting this program. He was just willing to support.
Right.
You know, and I said, yes, let's do it. If we had not done that, man, I would have lost that kid.
Yeah, he probably lost his life.
Right now, he's a senior, getting ready to graduate. He graduates this year from San Diego State, and academics is still on point. The kid is doing well, but he's had a lot of things, you know. So I'm like, I look back at Ronnie Lott for what he did for this program, and like, I want to do that every year. When it comes down to it, that testing is $100 per kid. Who wouldn't put up $100 for their kid to get this testing? Or why don't we have the funding to make sure not only does Lincoln do this, I did it with Lincoln and Morris. I called my brother Tracy over. Tracy McNair, Trey Dub, that's my brother. We did it together. And I'm like, why can't we also do this for Lincoln and for VP and Skyline?
Pop Warner,
100%.
You know, why can't we bring it? It's all about safety. We love the sport, but it's got to be safe as well.
The kids come first, man.
And so when I'm talking about donations, not only to the high school, to the foundations and different things that we're trying to have done, it's bigger than football.
100%.
Football and sports is the way that we draw them in.
Right.
But then we can find out everything else that they love and get involved in, and we can push them towards all of that. You know, so remember, 99% of them ain't going to make professional football. We know that. But they're going to be professional in something.
Right.
And when I got kids coming back and parents returning back and saying, hey, coach, you told us, you know, you told my son to come over here, you know, had nothing to do with sports. It was about the academic program. I said, man, we got programs. Your kid's a solid kid, man. He should be over here. He's going to earn, if he was here, he would get a scholarship academically.
Right.
I'm not talking about sports.
Right.
You know, Randy, man, we could talk about all day. Randy, you play with Randy
Walker.
Yeah, Randy Walker, man. I mean, I'll never forget his son came over, man, maintained a 4.1 GPA, got that Chancellor Scholarship. I mean, he hit me up and said, hey, bro, everything you said was right.
Damn.
My son got that Chancellor Scholarship. He just graduated, man. He got 2 job offers starting out at $100K.
That's crazy.
You know, so I'm like, man, these are the type of programs that's still going on.
Yeah.
And and he's one of the, he jumped back and he made sure he donated.
Yeah.
You know, he helped sponsor a kid for Hawaii.
Yeah. How many kids do you guys have on your staff that needs to be sponsored?
Well, right now it's like 14.
So you have 14 kids, and how much do you think you will need per kid to, you know, to be sponsored?
The trip is well over $1,000. We didn't get the discounts early on the flights, and we didn't get a chance to. We missed out on some things. So
right,
you know, the flight's been averaging $550 going around. The airlines is different with how they do when you book as a group and stuff. Now they want everything up front. They give a kickback on the back end.
Yeah.
Hotels, I'm not trying to have them, you know, in a toe-up spot. I'm trying to have it in a decent spot.
100%. You can't.
You know, you got to look at all the safety stuff, and then we got to feed them 3 days. You know, three times a day. On top of that, so
the community got to reach out. The community got to.
The trip comes out to about $1,800 per kid.
Okay.
And so,
how many kids?
14.
We got 45 kids going.
No, I know you didn't hear that question right. That's that's what I said.
Yeah,
I appreciate you.
Yeah, 45 kids going. There's about 14 kids that need sponsorships. And like I said, I'm gonna tell you straight up. My son just left. You just seen him in here, but that was my
your son?
Yeah. He just left. He's on the team as well. He don't know this, but I haven't even bought me and his tickets yet.
Wow.
I made sure all the other kids got to have their tickets first.
Oh,
and the coaches and stuff. I'll find a way to make them. We gonna get there. You know what I mean? But it's just about giving them the opportunity. You know, so like I said, we're gonna keep grinding, we're gonna keep working. I still got 3 more tickets to go.
Yeah.
You know, and not in that, cause not including even myself and my son. But I didn't put myself first. I make sure that, you know, everybody's gonna try to get there. The kids are putting in the work, and we're gonna keep grinding. We're gonna fundraise. You know, Louisiana Purchase have been doing an excellent job for us, allowing us to have events there on Tuesdays. You know, they have 4 items on their menu where all 100% of the proceeds go to Lincoln High football.
Shout out to Q.
You know,
LP.
Yeah, Chef Q over there.
Chef Q.
Yes, indeed. So,
shout out to Chef Q, man.
So, you know, like I said, we've been doing barbecues, and we have little fundraisers where you can purchase gift cards, or you can just donate. Go online, you can donate, whatever the case may be. And
shout out to Big Belly, Big Belly Barbecue,
man.
Yeah, Big Belly
on the spot. Yes, indeed, Big Belly putting it down, and the Cuddy Crack Fish. You know, so these are people that's coming together. Some of the community members have said, "Hey, we're giving 100% back of the fundraiser, not 20%.
Yeah.
We want to help you guys right now.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you go down to it and say, guess what? Big Belly is the coaches too. You know, so we giving back 100% of already what we're giving 100% into. You know what I mean? And so it's like man, we believe in it so much. It gets discouraging. I'll be straight up, brother. It gets very discouraging
100%.
when I look up, because I can see everyone who donates, and that's a good and a bad thing. I tell you straight up, it's a good and a bad thing, man, because it just goes to show you how many people just kind of brush you off. You know, there was 21 donations in July. There was 21 donations in July, and I think it was 5 of them that came from alumni. That was it. And just for 20, after going on live on TV, you know, did another podcast with another alumni, and we kind of gave out information and stuff, but it was real discouraging. And you know, I'm like, man, we give our all. I'm telling my son, hey, we gonna be straight. We gonna raise this money. We gonna get all the things that we need to get. We want to trying to get jogging suits so we can travel and be uniformed. We don't even be uniformed when we travel.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like,
damn, man, you're breaking my heart, man.
well, it's just I got to put it out there, man, because the community just don't know. They feel that everything is taken care of, and it's not.
Yeah,
it's not.
And I think you're doing a good job. I think that's the first thing you got to do. You know, create that awareness. You know what I mean, and tell your story and things like that, so people gonna understand it. Like the shit that you're telling me now is breaking my heart. You know what I mean? And you got to get this message out to the community so they can understand the magnitude of the problem that you guys having.
Anyway, no, I mean, for some of the people to come back and say, well, why are you guys going to Hawaii? You know, I'm like, Hawaii is not the mecca of vacations.
Right.
And we're not going for a vacation.
Why not?
You know what I mean? We the local teams around us, we don't get a lot of them that want to play us. We got some Power 5 big time schools.
We got to play higher caliber schools with higher rankings in order for us to. You can't beat a team that's ranked 700 in this. So we got to play the teams that's ranked high, and we got to travel to do that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only reason why we got the ranking. We want to be number 1, so 100%. We got to play the better team. So that's the reason why we got to travel.
Yeah. Man, you making San Diego look good as a whole.
Come on,
that's
man.
The thing, man. To be, like I said, totally honest, man, it's like what we've been doing with the program has been the brightest spot in the community. It is, hands down.
Yeah.
Hands down. I mean, it's been the brightest thing in the community. When you say, you know, it's lucky to get one kid out every year on a scholarship.
Yeah.
You know, so when I say this past year, it was what, 13?
But bro,
last year 12.
But the second run, the team behind us, like far as D1 scholarships, they'll have like 2 or 1.
Y'all got 13 in one season,
and they'll have 1, and that'll be the number 2 school.
And the highest was, I think it was 16. You know, like I said, and when I'm telling you the number of 66 kids, that's in the past 4.5 to 5 years.
God,
that's averaging double digits every year.
I mean, you guys are that's huge. I don't understand. Like, this don't even make no sense. This don't even make no sense.
And so I'm telling you, man, straight up, I take it personal. You know, because we put so much into it.
100%.
This has become my life. Straight up. I mean, straight up. Like I said, my son's 16 years old. He's raised at Lincoln High School. I mean, I remember he's barely walking on the sideline. Get him off the field. He's in the play. You know, he's been raised at Lincoln High School. He was born 7/7/07. Lincoln opened up in 07. Okay, August 1st was the first day. He was born 7/7/07.
That's crazy, man.
He spent his whole life so far at Lincoln High School.
Damn.
Somewhat being involved, because I've been coaching there and spending my time there, and I go in. We'll meet there. Me and Coach Stutz we'll meet there early. Coach Carter. We have 4 or 5 coaches, man, that show up at 5:36 in the morning, preparing to get these kids ready, and then we're leaving with the janitor at the end of the night with the custodians at the end of the night at 9:30, 10.
That's ridiculous.
Putting in these hours.
You get no support.
And so we need more support is what I'm saying.
We get some support.
We get some support.
I got to give it up.
More support.
a couple years ago, I know this random, but I got to throw it in. Shout out to the homie Rob Logan over there at the San Diego Police Department. Rob always supporting that and had a fire department add-on.
Yeah.
The homie Nick, you know what I'm saying, has looked out in the past, you know what I'm saying. So Nick Cannon, you know what I'm saying. So I just want to get a props, you know what I'm saying. If nothing else, get appreciation to that, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, we talking about this is every year thing, man. You feel me?
And then we have, there's also, because we like I said, the LHAA helps out at times, and there's certain people that will step up and help, but then sometimes the biggest help comes from people you don't even expect or you don't even know.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't even go to the school. I mean, I'll give a shout out. My boy Dorian, my boy
D Hut, Daryl Hussona,
Daryl Hussona. You know what I'm saying? All these guys helped us last year. Hey, they sponsored a bus for us to go to. To go up to the state game instead, so we didn't have to ride the school bus. We got a chance to actually get on a charter bus and be comfortable. And then Pete and those guys got together and made sure they paid. Hey, you guys can stay the night in the hotel so the kids can be focused for the game tomorrow. That helped us.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna share this with you, Mitch. I bet you didn't even think about this, right? So, the state championship game, it kept bothering me about why we started so slow. Why did we start so slow in that game? That was a big game against Carlsbad. I knew it was going to be a good one, but I felt we had the upper hand, and we just started out so slow, and we was trailing in the game. And I'm looking at what happened. What was the distraction? So I'm looking at it like, okay, you blessed us. Coaches, we got the same thing on. I watched Carlsbad walk in. They had on their jogging suits. They had the Under Armour gray jogging suits, purple piping. I'm paying attention to everything. They got the collar shirts on. They got the headphones. They came in focused, ready to play ball. And we had the bright idea to, just let the kids dress up. Well, see, I'm always watching things, right? So I noticed our kids is flashy. Sometimes they like to be flashy. We flashy.
Right.
Some kids was sharp. They was Raylon them. They clean, man. They was out there sharp. They was ready.
Suited and booted.
Then I also noticed that some kids didn't have no dress clothes, and so their attitude was a little bit different. But then when I looked at us as a team, we didn't look like a team. We came in there as individuals wearing all kind of different things, different colors, as individuals, and it turned into a live photo shoot. And the kids wasn't focused. And that was bothering me this whole time, man.
Trying to figure that out.
They in there live and taking care of everybody. I want to see what they got on. And I'm like, they wasn't ready to play football, man. Luckily, we pulled together in the fourth quarter and did what we did. But I'm like, just a simple thing as coming in uniformed.
To have your mind on what it's supposed to be.
Have your mind focused on the right thing, and I bet you never even thought about that.
Never,
bro.
And I'm a thinker. I'm always thinking everything.
Because you always hit me up.
Yeah.
You hit me up every season, bro. Hey, okay, so how are we looking? This is what I'm thinking, bro. What we got? We always have our football talks. So yeah, man, that was bothering me, and I was like, okay, that's part of the problem.
Move as a unit.
Yeah, and so I'm like, since we enter inner city school, we can't make it mandatory for all the kids to buy a spirit pack. We can't say that you have to purchase a spirit pack.
Right.
Because we have to be able to provide it for everybody. So if some can pay and some can't, we can't have them dressed, some dressed and some not.
Oh, okay, I got you.
It has to be everybody. So that's why we need to fill that gap, because everybody can't do it.
Right.
And so that's why that's another reason why we need help with funding. Because when the last time we put together a spirit pack? For that reason. I don't think we put together a spirit pack in probably 7-8 years, man.
7 years. Dang.
That just consists of 3-4 t-shirts, 2 pair of shorts, and maybe a jogging suit, a hoodie.
Hey, check this out, bro. I played ball in Texas my junior year.
Yeah,
shout out to Estacado. I said like the Texas folks said. But Cali, Estacado High School in Lubbock, Texas. Bruh, it was so on deck. Bro, the first day they don't even know if I can run in a straight line, bro. I go to the counter, they break me off the whole spirit pack, bro. Sweatsuit, shorts, under tights, 2 pairs of cleats. The homie told me, "What, y'all don't get cleats?" He said, "Man, if we didn't get cleats, we wouldn't even play in Texas."
What?
So y'all gotta understand, it ain't like we asking for nothing crazy. They said they wouldn't even play football if they had to buy us a Letterman jacket.
Damn.
You know what I mean? Straight up, Texas ball. But
That's a whole different ball game, bro.
I played under I played under them lights, homie.
Yes, indeed.
Can you guys take like sponsorships from companies and things like that?
Yeah,
you can. Okay, so
sponsorship letters and stuff like that. We can take sponsorships. One of the good things is I wanted to touch on a little bit was like, trust. So when we're talking about the community aspect, it's a lot of trust of when people, who's in charge of the money, and everyone always got an issue with somebody.
Right.
So it's about the kids.
Yeah.
So we do have sponsorship letters that can go out to companies, and you can donate. We are a 501c3, so it's tax deductible.
Yeah.
And we get your tax information back from there. But then I'll also share with you our link where you can donate directly to.
It's on the screen right there.
Yeah, we'll put it on the screen.
Yeah, you can donate donate directly to the program.
Mm-hmm.
You log on, you put your card information in. You want to donate, $1,000, $2,000, $1,500, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. You make the donation, the receipt comes back to you within 30 seconds. And it's nice. Already a tax write-off. You have all your stuff back for tax write-off purposes. Yeah. So it's there. Mm-hmm. And so we created that to make sure, because people have a lot of questions. Mm-hmm. If I send it in, where's it going to go? No, here's your receipt right back right now. We know that you donated to this 501c3, this inner city school program that you can write off for your taxes. And we created that to make sure that, there's cut down on the questions so we can make it happen.
The documentation.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah. Man, I just want to appreciate you guys for coming on too, man. Appreciate you what you do for the community. See, a lot of the stuff, I knew of you, but I didn't know a lot of the stuff that you did for the community and all the hard work that you put into the team and everything to be successful. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad you came on and to share your story. You too, Mitch, as well. You know what I mean?
Appreciate
so we can
you
understand,
for having us, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And I appreciate you. And like I said, I want to just chime in one more time, man. Coach Billy.
Yeah.
Coach Stutz, Coach Carter, Coach Bashif. Mm-hmm. My whole staff, man. Pastor Mullins. Everybody serves a purpose on my staff.
Absolutely.
And they do a great job. Whether it's mental health, whether it's just taking care of what everybody thinks is the small things, man. These kids, they help feed the kids. We drop them off at home. We pick them up if they need rides. Mm-hmm. We help with tutoring. We mentor. We do everything with these kids, man. Like I said, it really becomes a part of our life. So every year I have 100 kids, man, and that can be it can be super stressful. Mm-hmm. But we love the kids. We love the community. We're not trying to leave the community. We believe that we can make a change and a difference. And like I said, bro, it's not just me. It's me and my staff. My staff. I love my staff, man. I love what my staff do, and I can't stop giving them their flowers for 100%. for what they sacrifice with from their own families, the time that they put in. Yeah, it's really big.
I wish I had a person like you too when I played football when I was in high school. You know what I mean? Somebody who can lead me in the right direction. You know what I mean? Because you understand, like, even when they leave Lincoln High School, they're going to their careers and they're learning that discipline, and it's gonna carry on through their life forever. You know what I mean? So it's huge, man. You know what I mean? So it's big for what you're doing. It's big for what you're doing. You know what I mean? I appreciate you for everything you're doing and serving the community. You know what I mean? Like, seriously, man, you're a blessing to, all you guys are a blessing to this whole community. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do whatever I can to, spread the word, so we can, uplift the community and try to make this thing work for sure, man.
I truly appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, bro.
Really appreciate you.
Hell yeah, man. You guys want to end any closing statements before we end? You want to any more to say before we end?
I just want to say, hey, everyone in the community and outside the community, anybody that wants to give or help donate to these kids, want to help sponsor something here, it's a great opportunity to get involved in something that's extremely special. Like I said, we have turned the leaf, and we're doing so well in certain areas, and I just want to keep soaring, man. I want to keep soaring because, like I said, the programs from a reading program this morning, reading to kids from ages 1 to 5. I think it was about 25 kids at the library, and to watch my boys, before we started long day of practice, sit down and read to these kids and engage with them and get them involved and interested in reading, that was powerful. And then leaving there, going to practice. Before we start practice, met up with my attorney, and they gave them a mock trial demonstration for an hour and a half about how to understand the law and be involved, and try to encourage them to join the mock trial team and get involved in law. Then we went down to lift weights. So I'm like, before we even got to football, there's so much other stuff that we do
100%.
and collaborate with, and I'm like, I want to just do so much, man. I want to do so much, and I want everybody to understand that what we're doing is so much bigger than football.
Yes, sir.
And it all comes back to the forefront. Creating champions here and here will bring the championships. But it's also teaching these kids about community, life lessons, and when you do become successful, whatever you choose in life, whether it's whatever your job is, you come back and you help. So, like I said, with my career ending on a sour note, and me losing everything, I came back and still gave back. I gave them me. Them me, and I'm gonna continue to do that.
Man,
I got one thing to say.
Yeah.
You want to play with the big dogs, you got to come to Lincoln. That's what I got to say. Yeah, that.
Man, once again, man, I appreciate you guys for coming, man. I'm telling you, man, I got nothing but respect for you, man. What you guys doing for the community, I swear, I wish I had somebody who cared about me, man, like that, the way you guys care about these kids. You know, like I said, man, these kids need that love, you know what I mean, that support, and you showing it to them. And sometimes their parents don't even give it to them. So for them, that coach is huge. That's that father figure that you guys are giving. That coach is huge. So I appreciate you guys, man. Like I said, I'm gonna do everything I can to push the message. You know what I'm saying, and get your word out there, because the San Diego need to hear this. You know, the parents, the community, the businesses, everything has to come together and support this. Because you say it's bigger than just football, and this is our future of San Diego. You know what I mean? You know, so man. Once again, I appreciate you guys, man. We got Coach Dunn, Mitchy Slick, you know, in the house, Lincoln High School, man. Let's make it happen, man. Let's support these kids. We ain't nothing without the kids. I'm trying to tell y'all, they're our future. All right, man. We'll see you guys. Appreciate you guys for coming on.
I appreciate you, brother.
Man, I'll see you guys.